Hello gamers! Uh-oh, there we go. Hello gamers. Today is the last day that we will be doing Pentiment. I hit a wall emotionally with the game because I was thinking about it and I was like, what are we even doing in Act 3? Nobody's dead and we don't seem to be actively trying to figure out who attacked our father. So the game right now is just like recounting a history of an area that I already know because we lived through that history. Anyway, I think we're probably pretty close to the end anyway, because there doesn't seem to be like a plot kicking off in Act 3. Like there's no Act 3 real plot. We're just kind of doing a victory lap. So we're going to go, I think, yeah, gold stars. I think we're going to go as long as we can until we finish the game. And if we hit a point where that's no longer an option for me because I have other things to do today, then we'll just stop the game. And then I guess Tuesday might be a Blender art stream, but I also really want to get into Resident Evil, the remake. Resident Evil 4. So I'm gonna make a judgment call on Tuesday about how I feel. God, which is gonna be better to do on a Tuesday afternoon? Art or zombie slaying? That's a harder call. That's a harder call than I expected. No, Len, sorry, I'm talking about Resident Evil 4. Did I say Resident Evil 3? Because if so, that's bad news for where I'm at mentally with this weekend. No, Resident Evil 4. They did, I'm pretty certain they remade Resident Evil 3 last year or the year before. Anyway, we'll be doing Resident Evil 4 because I agreed to be on a podcast where we talk about the remake. So I've got to play the remake. And I'm losing time. It's time. It's time now. Also, I was going to do an April horror theme. And it's fucking April 9th, if you fucking believe it. Hold on, I'm going to make coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. Other things of note. I forgot to charge the battery for my camera. So it might have enough juice to get us through this stream. Especially if this is a longer stream. It might or might not, but I pulled a spare battery to swap them out. So if I go black suddenly, that's why. I accidentally switched the screen I'm on. Hi, everybody. What else? I don't know if I have any other announcements. We're inching ever closer to that 10,000 goal for followers, which I am very excited about. It gave me a generic graphic instead of the graphic I programmed it to. I know why. It's because I'm also working on a full graphics update to my whole fucking channel because I want it to go live after I hit 10,000 followers. That's my goal. So I was fussing around with some back-end stuff, which is probably why that happened. But Undead Adamus, thank you. Congrats on living. And thank you for resubscribing. It was more just pouring coffee, HTML. The coffee was all prepared. It simply needed to be decanted into a cup. All right. Let's get into this. What do I want? What do I want for Magdalene? I think I want her to take over the print shop. And if somebody tries to stop her or make her get married, I want her to learn Kung Fu so that she can defeat them. So that's my goal for today's stream. Let's go talk. I guess let's go talk to everybody. Let's go talk to the nuns. Can we talk to, is anybody in here? Did Father Thomas find his keys? I don't think I ever found Father Thomas's keys, nor did I threaten the people I needed to threaten for them to find their keys. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course, what can I help you with? Wanted to ask you about Tassing saints. I'd like to represent them in the rat house. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. No, not as a centerpiece, simply as a part of Tassing's history. Oh, of course. I consider our saints to be central to Tassing's history. Kirsau's too. Do you think we're ever gonna figure out who wrote these fucking notes? this is my question right now. Because I kind of thought that we would investigate that even a little bit in this section, but we really haven't. Like, we've seen more of those notes, but we haven't done anything to tie a bow on that. I'm worried that this game is going to end and I'll never know who wrote them. And that is going to it's going to be supposed to teach me a lesson, but it's a lesson I fucking refuse to learn. But you know, there's one saint you're overlooking. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint, and she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. What? The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Oh, is the... let me know if there's no physical reason that I know of that the stream should be fussy today. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be fussy today. So... Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freezing she had appeared. Okay. Kind of basic. The peasants traveled down to Freezing, but the bishop would not see or hear him. Damn. Well, it seems reasonable, all things considered. Perhaps, but blessed are those who believe, but have not seen. But sadly, the bishop did not believe. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. Cool. Cool. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the Bishop of Freezing. Cool. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands, and he was like, fucking sick-ass labyrinth. He was like, oh, this is so handy. My wife just gave birth to some sort of horned creature, and I've been looking for some place to store it. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. Why didn't the Mary just come to the bishop? He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story and came here to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. Wow, I had no idea that's where this all came from. It's not a story I tell much. Oh, it's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think of Moritz and Satia, their connections to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped find this creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. That kind of fucking rules. Hey, Hobbs! Oh yeah, I forgot. It was Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you have some chocolate. Hobbs, this is the last Pentiment stream that we're going to do. So if there's any fun facts about this period of history that you want to share that the game has not prompted in you, this goes for everybody. But I wanted to say it, Hobbs, in particular, since you've had so much fun information. If you have anything that has not yet been prompted that you want to share because you think it's interesting, fucking rip and roar. Let loose. All right. They're not from Tassing. How did you hear this story? I kind of also miss Andreas. I love Magdalene, though, so no regrets. But true, I'm not. The people told me when I came. And the former priests told them when they were children and so on. Wow, it's almost like oral history is a perfectly legitimate way of transferring information. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you, that ruled. I'm glad we talked to him. I love that context. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? I'm still considering it. Well, if deliberation fails you, perhaps you will find the prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you. That's cool. I'm so glad we got this context on this painting. Because I was like, this is just a cool-ass painting. Mary, Mother of Jesus, loves puzzles. I think we can all agree Mary, Mother of Jesus would have been a gamer. Let's see what's happening up in the mill. Mary, Mother of Westworld. Hey, Ball. Hey, Andreas. Hey, Puppo. Jesus would Jesus also be a gamer? I don't know. He seemed pretty serious, but I don't know enough about Jesus to know. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up the hill? Her reflexes like her conception are immaculate. Hobbs. What a deranged thing to say. All the carpenters you know are gamers. All the carpenters I know are old, and they do not. Well, they don't video game. I guess they all game. Everybody games. I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to ask some questions about your family for the mural. The Muellers. I only know a little bit about Linhart's people, I'm afraid. And much of that I heard from others. Linhart didn't care to talk about his past. I meant your family, the one you were born to. Your family name was Caviezel, wasn't it? Oh. Whoa. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. Can I ask, how did you come to know my family name? Dad mentioned it, said you were the last of your family. Well, I mean, I think Paul's the last of your family now. I don't know how families work, but I think that's it. I'm not... Hobbs. That was such... Hobbs, that is such a... that meme about, like, turning around the chair and being like, hey, you know who else was a gamer? Except that it's real. The one you did was real. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Caviezels. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. Oh, I'm the last of us left now. Caviezel doesn't sound like a local name. Why wouldn't it be? I am Bavarian. It is my name, so it is a Bavarian name. No one else in town has a name like that. Shouldn't you be Caviezelin? I like the sound of Caviezelin. I have always been called Caviezel, as were my sisters and my mother and her mother before her. My grandfather told me that the Caviezels have lived in this area for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long. They were pagans? Yes, the original Bavarian people. Here, even before the Romans. Damn! My grandfather said that his grandfather told him the Caviezels resettled the town after the Romans left. Cool. Built their new home right on the spot here, where they'd been living when the Romans arrived. That's pretty cool. That's just a story. How do you know any of it's true? I heard it from my family. Do you think they would lie? Yeah, come on, Magdalena. I know you're a printer, but you gotta respect the lineage of oral tradition. Lanzart. I didn't mean that. No, I think you did, but it's all right. Fair. That's fair, else. However, true it may or may not be, doesn't matter, Magda. It matters that I believe it, that it connects me to my ancestors. When I think of the ancient Caviezels driven from their land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my mother tells me stories about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrike, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's all right. Just as I may not know exactly how the Caviezels resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, even though they're so far from me now. That's what stories are for, Magda. Now go on. You got a mural to compete. Now get the fuck out of here. Go do your art. I know you're just procrastinating. You can talk to as many people as you want, but eventually you have to sit down and fucking paint something, Magdalena. Thank you. God bless you, Magdalena. Hey, what's up, Anna? Oh, keeping busy. There's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Paul mentioned your progress is quite impressive. I'm making steady progress. I think I'll be finished before the new year. Oh, how wonderful. I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrike some by. Yeah, bring them by. We won't get in your way, of course. I'm sure they'd love to learn about the process. You're all the more welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. I've just mixed a new batch to keep the wall moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's so cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I had similar problems when I helped my mother in the bakery. Rolling dole in winter was such trouble. We had to throw out so many batches that wouldn't rise. Your discipline is admirable, Magdalene. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. I skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. So it wasn't Big George who was the troublemaker? Oh no, George has always been more hardworking than me. I was a thief and a scoundrel. It started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets, and I found around town. Anna, why are you telling me this? I guess the statute of limitations is up, but like, I really just wanted to talk about art or saints or some shit. Ulrike's little hat once even belonged to Andreas Mahler, your father's friend. I stole it from his head. Of course, stealing is against the Lord's commandments. So my father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already and march me to church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. Jesus. I guess you got tired of saying Ave Marias? That was part of it. I grew out of the habit over time. I think I started to see why my parents had such a devotion to the Lord. Stealing was my way of acting out. But when the trouble started in town, I realized that my thieving wasn't doing any good. I decided I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace with Andreas and Ulrike on the hard days, and with the rest of the town too. I think everyone can learn from your example, Anna, about not ripping off silverware, I guess. Hopefully for my present one rather than my past. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of mural work to do. See you later. Oh, gold stars, that's cool. Well, I'm sorry to have missed that, but I feel okay about not listening to people's confessions. Let's go see Gertrude. Oh. Sir, do you have a spoon in your hat? But it's still so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. All right, take your time. Hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. Martha looks like, Pearl. from Steven Universe. Good morning, Mr. Strukerin. Hey, Martha. Hey, Carl. What's up? On our usual walks around town, November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Stoltz says Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will just get worse. And I'm getting old. Yeah, it really is the pointy-ass nose. She got the pearl nose for sure. Not so old, you can sit around at home telling stories. Listen to your daughter, Carl. You young girls think you're my keeper, is that it? I've always been your keeper, Dad. No arguments from me there. You're in a good mood today, I see. I mean, I think you should be able to store silverware in your hat for sure. In general, I feel like people don't use their hats for storage enough. Every time you see an old-timey cartoon, right, when you see somebody like pull off their top hat and they've got like a sandwich in there, that's top tier shit. That is a bit that could always need returning. Plenty of reason to be. Tassing never ceases to be beautiful to me. Isn't the meadow a wondrous sight even in this season? On days the Lord strengthens me, I like to go a bit higher up in the mountains. Used to admire the view with Anton from there. Anton, my poor boy. It's all right, Dad. I'm sorry, Carl. It's not your fault, Magdalena. Just a babe, then. I can't. It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. Wow, everybody's just like fucking pulling out all their emotional baggage and sorting it in this lap. You shouldn't have been with me that night. You shouldn't have. I was a fool. Oh, man, did Anton die? Oh, damn. I'm gonna invent hats with zippers for storage. I don't like zippers. But I do like the idea, what if it was a top hat and then the bottom part was just hat, but then the top like 4 inches you could unbutton and there was just like a little storage cargo hat. Yes, yeah, a cargo hat. I feel like that would actually be pretty great. It would have to be firm enough that it would like get stuck on and it would take the weight of it. Or a top hat. Yes, a bento box top hat. Yeah. Well, the green lanyard, that's a good point. I don't know that people wear hats often enough for me to even begin to suspect them of storing things up there. The abbey was engulfed in flames. The heat, you wouldn't believe it, searing the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out after the fight. Then that godforsaken Landsknecht stepped in between us. I hope he burns in hell. Can't imagine what that was like. How old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There's screaming outside. Mom and a couple of men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. You couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. Have a good walk. Did I? I don't know. Some nights I think I'm still there. The abbey is still burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to care for. May the Lord bless and keep her, as she keeps your mother. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all, despite what a spoon hat wearing dad I was. Suppose that was all Helena's doing. Dad, if I'm any good, it's because of you. See, this is why I'm saying this feels like a victory lap. Because they were just having a walk, and I was just walking by, and then they were like, let's unload. Do you remember all that stuff that you lived through, but not as this person? Let's unload. Sorry I asked you to relive that all again. No, it needs to be told. Can't let people forget. Not there, not anywhere else. The abbey burned. People died. We have to remember, and our children have to remember, because when no one remembers any longer, then they will be truly dead. It's time we continued with the walk, Dad. Yes, I'm feeling much more alive now. Alright, be well, you two. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Wait, I do want to check on Vaslav and Smokey, just real quick. I don't remember who that statue is. Maybe Moritz? Might be St. Moritz? I can double check. I'll peek back and we'll check. Hey, Smokey. Oh, y'all don't want to talk? Fine. Hold on, I'll go and peek my head back and we'll double check what that statue is. Yeah, St. Moritz. Oh no, I wanted to be in the meadow. How the fuck do I break into the abbey? It's unacceptable that this game won't let me go back to the abbey. Gertrude, my love. I should talk to Sister Gertrude, since she was a Benedictine nut at Curacao before the poor Clares arrived. She would be able to tell me more about the convent's history of the mural. Yeah, game, I know. Is that the first time the game has ever, like, prompted me to do that thing? With a little thought bubble? Because that's exactly why I came here, game. I don't know what you think I'm doing. Gold stars, that counts as spoilers. I think that might be over the line for what is okay to share casually. God bless you, Magdalena. Yeah, hello to you too, sister. Alright. It's fine. We'll get there soon enough. It's not a big deal. God bless you, Gertrude. Oh, I heard a little mewing. Go to confession. Hello, sister. I have a favor to ask of you. I have this book, the Historia Tassing, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry. It's alright. I'll find another way. You can hear the little mewing of the son of Mousemonger. Meow. So one more thing. It's about the Rat House mural. Did you need more paint? I believe I have enough galls stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Kirsau, actually. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding and the history of Tassing's saints to the Rathouse mural. I wrote to Reverend Matthew, since he lived in the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Yeah. Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me its history. The poor Clares don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Damn, what? Mother Francisca wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. Ha! Well, that makes my life difficult. Let me finish. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering the order. Fuck! Shit! Shit. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Shit. Fuck. I already sort of blew Francisca off on that point. Kind of aggressively. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life. Fuck. Fuck. Shit. Daft with prep, the brother with the glasses was Brother Matthew. That was him. No, Mechtel. Wait, this one is spicy, yeah. I don't dislike that it's spicy. Oh man, do I want to be spicy with Sister Gertrude? I kind of do, yeah. I've always been drawn to your veil, sister. There's something about the fashion. During the convent will take some time. Would you like to go see Mother Francesca now? No. Alright, let's go see the Gertners. And we'll circle back to the convent. Is she gonna let me? Is Mother Francis gonna be chill with this? Because I was pretty spicy with her. I was really spicy with her. Sister Gertrude, truly the best. Truly the best shape. She's just so pleasant to look at. Hey, what's up? Hey, Brigida. Hey, Martin. No, good. There you go. Yeah, maybe I can get Martha to help. Wait, I think I wanted to go... Is this the Gertner house? No, okay. Do you think anyone ever went and claimed that pig that we saw get sort of horribly murdered in the woods? Hey, Veronica. Who am I trying to talk to over here? Maybe it's somebody outside. It wasn't Il Peter, I hit him. Was it Big George? No. Who am I supposed to talk to? The chickens? Il Peter, who am I supposed to talk to? It is a waste of a pig, right? I mean, if nothing else, she should have dragged it into town. Just a false flag bug? Okay, thank you, Gold Stars. I will continue on my merry way then. I think that's everybody I wanted to talk to. Is there anybody I wanted to talk to for personal reasons? I think not. I think I just want to go to the church. Golden Hand is a cool name for an inn that is located outside of an abbey famous for their Golden Hand relic. Like, that's pretty cool. I'm just stopping to think about it now. That's pretty cool. Have I hit up Ursula? No, I haven't. She hasn't ever really talked to me. I can swing by and see if she's there, but I mean, I see her. Is that secret path still around? Oh, I don't know, but I have been meaning to check. Okay, it looks like I can't get down to the Roman ruins from here anymore. It's kind of a disappointment. Whoa! Hey, what the fuck happened here? What happened here? Craft? Come to admire a well-chiseled craftsman at his best? Oh. Oh, where? I can't see one. Ouch. I suppose I stepped into that one. Have you come to see repairs I've been doing then? To tell the truth, it's not going as well as I'd hoped. What seems to be the issue? I assumed I'd hit a snag either when it came to the stone or the tools, or my lack of artistic skills. But it's more than that. It's like in my head. I can't see the right way. Oh, is this guy gonna have his first ever migraine? Besides, my dad wants me to help out on the farm more. I want to be there, but Grandpa taught me everything about the craft. He really wanted me to succeed, and I do enjoy the work. It's as if I can talk to the stone, you know? Not literally, but I see how lines of tension flow through the rock. I understand how to form one thing from the other, how to create, make something that lasts. Grandma even offered to sponsor an apprenticeship under a master stonemason. Well, then take it! Dad will support me either way, but I still feel like I'm pulling both directions at once, you know? Be a stonemaker. Oop. Agnes offering craft a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With the right master, he could really make something of himself. He should go. His family would be all right with him. Without him, right? Kind of like the option where I don't tell him what to do. But it feels like this is going to end with a a roll check. That will force me to, like, determine what he does. This is tricky. If you can support your family and it makes you happy, it's the right choice. When you say it, it sounds the most reasonable way, doesn't it? I'm a very reasonable person. I took all the perks that let me be. But I still can't get away from the doubts. No one can fully escape their doubts, but you don't let that stop you. God, I wish I had your confidence and fortitude. Everyone does, babe. Did you learn all that from Klaus? Christ, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I think you should take the apprenticeship. Ha ha ha! Well, well. That's a shame. Oh, I can see I'm getting the red sign in my streaming software that says it's struggling to stream. So apologies if there's some dropped frames. Maybe I should start choosing the option you don't want. I was just thinking that. I was thinking about, like, should I save Scrum and then tell him to become a farmer and then he'll go back. Oh well. I don't know. I like it here, and I have enough experience from Grandpa to keep going. Besides, if I'm gone, there will be no one to look after the town's stone. The church's foundation is in serious condition, and who's to say there won't be another flood come spring? No, I think I'll stay. I'll have to tell Grandma. I've made up my mind soon. Well, thanks for listening to me. Okay. I mean, you didn't listen to me, so, like, fucking whatever, my dude. The salted earth approach. Yeah. That's what friends are for, right? Work beckons. Father Thomas asked me to reinforce the walls of the church. To be honest, I'd like to reuse stones from the ruins of the abbey, but Father Thomas forbids it. Says it's unseemly. It's just quality stone going to waste. I don't get it. Burnt's ruin of an abbey is still a religious site. As is the church, so it'd only be like stones from one holy building to another. I mean, he's got me there. All right, stay well. Until later. What, for real though, like, what happened here? I really thought this conversation was gonna explain why there's a fucking puddle of blood on the ground. Hey, Paula. Oh my god, dude. Oh. Werner? Prod him with your foot. Yes. You were supposed to come check on Dad today. Yeah. Yeah. This sad drunkard spilt his, I don't know, flagon of wine on the ground. I don't have the strength to carry him home. I have to tell someone. Maybe Baltus. They're still on friendly terms. Nazio could help. Or Big George. He's strong. He could do it. Ugh, what a mess. All right. Yeah, I supplant. I also like the vibe of like, nobody likes me, but I'm the most practical and grounded person in town, so everybody still tells me their problems. I think that's actually a really funny concept to me. Like, she's always so mean when I tell her things, but her advice is so good. Hey, Baltus. Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across... Oh, that is not what I thought we were going to talk about. I came across a book of the history of Tassing. I was hoping you could help me read it. Far too busy. They're preparing the Christmas ale. But then they don't take my advice. Yeah, that's true. They come to me. Okay, no, Mechtil, you're right. They come to me, they ask my advice, and then they inevitably do the opposite of what I suggest. What is the purpose of this? They're always like, you're so confident and you have such internal strength, and that's not me, so I'm gonna do the opposite of what you tell me to do. I'm the Cassandra of Tassing. I'm the Costanza. Wait, have we just drawn a direct line between George Costanza and Cassandra of Troy? Because that's pretty fucked. I don't know if I like that. Of course, sorry to bother you. Wow, so y'all are just not gonna... Oh, ciao Nazio. Come stai? Uh-oh. Okay. Bene. The winter is approaching quickly, no? What is it you say here? Perched up, pinching at your nose? Yes, that's the saying. Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit, they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough to my tongue. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I don't know why the green here, but the vibe of this is a flirt. I feel like the fact that funny sayings is highlighted makes it feel flirty. To learn more of our funny sayings. I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It has taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? It must be difficult for you to be so far from home for so long. Baltus has made me most welcome, so I'm in no particular rush. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall. Otherwise, my journey will take twice as long. I'll let you get back to work then. Grazie, Magdalene. Grazie. All right, let's go find Big George. Grazie mille. Hey, Rassi. Hey, you too. I'm gonna stop and talk to Ursula if I can real quick, but... Oh, hey, Artemis. Ah! She's finally talking to me. You need something. Maybe. I'm looking into the history of Tassing. Your grandpa said he told you all of the things about the old ways. Can you recall anything? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm fortunate that both my grandfather and Ottilia taught me what they knew. Her mind was still so sharp, even up until the end. Sharp tongue, too, as I recall. I mean, you're fucking one to talk. I know that this is implying that this is a response that I get because I took the barb one, but I like to I like to imagine that Ursula also took the barb characteristics. And so she's just barbing me right back. Is that where you learned it? Phew. Turn any girl's wine to vinegar is really quite a phrase. Maybe she unwittingly inspired me from afar. I'm grateful I got to spend time with her before she passed. What do you remember from them? Grandpa told me all sorts of charms and things to do to protect against evil, but I imagine you're not interested in that. He said there was Perchta who protected the forest from witches, not St. John. God and his saints have dominion over the town and the abbey. But Perchta still watches over all of our wild places. What about Saint Satia? Grandpa believes in the saints just as he believes in Perchta. He said that Perchta's power is shown in certain places and times. There's no conflict for dominion between her and the saints. Nice. Alright, I like that. And Otelia knew all these old chants in another language. She told me what they meant, but she couldn't translate them, I suppose. They had to do with Perchta, but also God and St. Moritz. So where did they come from? She didn't know, but I think I figured it out after she passed. There were some people coming through town, and I heard them speaking their language. It didn't quite sound like the words Otelia used, but close. And they said that St. Moritz was the patron of their home, too. Whoa! Where were they from? Graubunden. They were Swiss. They said that there was a holy spring in their town that had been blessed by St. Moritz. Cool. Romansch, spoken in Switzerland, dominantly in the canton of Graubünden. The Romansch language developed from a blend of vulgar Latin and early German. Cool. Oh no, stream! Oh no, stream! Yeah, it's giving me the red sign. Yeah. It's just giving me a flat red. Well, I wonder what is happening. There's genuinely no call for this. I don't know what to do because it is just